Hello, Bridgertonians! Season 3 is around the corner, and I know we all have our own theories for the next season of Bridgerton. Before I start, I just want to warn you guys, this video contains spoilers from Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, so if you wish to read the book and don't want to be spoiled, this is right now your warning. There is a lot to talk about. As we know, our main couple this season is Polin, the ship of Colin Bridgerton and Penelope Featherington. This makes this season to me the most interesting, since this is the first time we actually know both characters from the previous seasons. Penelope, since season 1, has shown to have at least a crush on Colin, while Colin has spent 2 whole seasons being a complete blind buffoon. This guy, he really is the most oblivious character I have ever witnessed, which makes their dynamic for season 3 very interesting to me. From the get-go, this season will be different from the book. Colin and Penelope are already very different in the show, and honestly, at least to me, thank God, I like them in the show a lot better than in the books, but you know, this is just me. So the question is, how will their relationship develop? We all know how season 2 ended with the infamous line,
"Mad. I would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington. Not in your wildest fantasies, Fife."
A lot of people got very angry at Colin for this, including Penelope. So I think the first episode will be addressing this. Colin will come back from his travels and will be surprised to see how cold Penelope is towards him. She will still be grieving about the loss of her friendship with Eloise, and I even assume that her fallout with Eloise pains Penelope more than what happened to Colin. So I guess that the interaction she will have with him will be full of annoyances rather than pure anger, or at least not until the infamous goodnight with Mr. Bridgerton scene, which we all know from the sneak peeks. The first episode will probably be just an introduction for what we can expect part 1 of the series to go down. There won't be anything major happening except for the fact that Colin will apologize to Penelope for hurting her feelings and offer to help her find a husband, since we already know that she wants to move out from home, and therefore this is her way to, well, leave her family. The next episodes until episode 4 will focus on the Colin and Penelope relationship. Colin, while trying to help Penelope with her confidence, will start to develop his feelings, or even better, will realize the feelings he already had but couldn't see, that what he felt wasn't friendship. Because I refuse to believe that a man can look at their friend like this and it isn't in any way romantic. Those are not platonic gazes, Colin. The question is, how do we make an oblivious buffoon like Colin realize his feelings for his dear friend? It is actually pretty easy. All we need is a kiss. Yes, I think this is something they will borrow from the books, however, will be different than in Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. In the books, Penelope, who is a 28-year-old spinster, begs Colin for a kiss because she believes she'll die without being kissed. In the show, however, I'm not sure if she will beg or ask him for a kiss. A lot of people think it will be part of Colin's lessons. However, I disagree. It would be very weird for him to give kissing lessons in the Regency era. Ladies aren't supposed to know how anything of this works when it comes to, well, stuff like that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I believe that what will happen is Penelope will have a horrible night. She probably will continue to fail with her attempts to secure a husband. At least this is what she thinks. We know a certain gentleman sees her as a wife material. She will be devastated, and Colin will come to try to ease her mind. She will ramble about her situation and will probably say something about her ending up as a spinster and how she will never get to be kissed by anyone. And then, I honestly don't know how they would set up the kiss. Maybe Colin kisses her so she doesn't have to worry about it, or maybe they will do like in the book and make Penelope ask him for a kiss. However, I am certain that the kiss will happen, and I bet it will happen in episode 2. After the kiss, Colin will be a mess. The scene will be a catalyst for him to start noticing his feelings. He will look at Penelope differently, he will dream about her, and I think that one scene in the trailer is a romantic dream of Colin. A romanticized redo of the kissing scene per se. What will the kiss mean to Penelope? I think she won't be hung up on the kiss. She probably thinks it was a nice gesture from Colin, and now that she doesn't have to worry about it anymore, she will be able to get the confidence she needs to be able to speak with other gentlemen. Something that she wasn't really good at it before. We have seen the trailer, and this is something is going to be hard for her. While this is happening to Penelope, Colin will be confused and, let's be honest, probably very horny when it comes to Penelope. Lord Devlin will be courting her, and as Luke Newton said, he is Colin's biggest threat. Colin won't be having easy in season 3. Not only he has a lot of insecurities he has to work on, because boy, this new confident Colin is, in my opinion, 100% a facade. He may be grown up and more experienced, however, he is probably very lost when it comes to having a purpose and feeling worth it. And well, when compared to the rest of his brothers, he probably just doesn't feel good enough. He also has to figure out and rapidly what Penelope means to him before it is too late and Lord Devlin takes her as a wife. He also will have to go through jealousy and the feeling he is not the best choice for Penelope, since Devlin is rich, a lord, and also appears to be a good person. I really hope they will make him a great gentleman and not some kind of surprise villain, since Devlin will be important to make Penelope actually feel desirable. It is important to show that even though she is a wallflower, she has a lot of great qualities that men of the town can feel attracted to. Making Devlin a villain would undermine that, and it would make Colin her only choice, which honestly would make me sad. I want both of them to choose one another. We already know that Colin could take any lady of the town as a wife, so him actually choosing her and her also choosing him, when on paper she does have a better option, shows that their love goes beyond titles and money. But what I'm the most excited for, and most fans of a romance in Mr. Bridgerton knows what I'm talking about, is obviously the carriage scene. And I think we will have the scene at the end of part 1. I guess it will be pretty much like in the books. Colin will in episode 4 follow Penelope when he sees her going out alone, which will make him angry, since to him she is putting herself in danger. By following her, he will figure it out. She is Lady Whistledown. He will make her go in the carriage with him. They will discuss the situation and maybe even fight about it until things get hot. And this is where we get our first really spicy Colin moment. Colin will kiss and touch her. There will be very scandalous things that honestly I won't be going on detail because I get flustered just by talking about it. Part 1 will pretty much end with them getting out of the carriage and maybe with a proposal from Colin. And we will either not see what she answers, or if she answers, I hope it will be different than in the books and she actually refuses the proposal. One theory I saw about the carriage scene that I hope is true is that Colin won't figure out she is Lady Whistledown. She is actually the one confessing to him in the carriage before they make out. I hope this will turn out to be true. The important thing to me is that he will know the truth before deciding to marry her. I don't want this to be a secret once they are together. But this is my predictions and theories until now, and I'm curious, what are your predictions of season 3? Do you agree with me, or do you have your own theories? Leave a comment, leave a like, and I hope I can do videos like this again. Yeah, and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.